Anger is one of the more uncomfortable emotions. Plus, it can potentially cause damage when we act on it in destructive ways. At the same time, we need a certain amount of helpful anger to be healthy. It has a purpose. And when we learn to manage it well, it can actually help us achieve our goals. Let's take a closer look. Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome to Becoming an Expert at Self-Leadership. I'm Maika, I'm a psychologist, and here are a few things that we need to know to be able to manage anger well. Firstly, anger is a core emotion. We all have it. It's completely natural, normal, and healthy. I'm not talking about acting aggressively. I'm talking about the emotion that we feel in our inner world. Anger comes in different shades. It starts out softly and then builds in intensity. The more mindful we are of the first soft sensations of anger, the easier it is to manage. And lastly, forbidding or condemning anger, either in our children or our own inner world, doesn't help us solve the challenges that anger presents us with. It just makes life more difficult, and it's detrimental to our mental health. Anger is an emotion that directs us towards an active response. Usually that's boundary setting. Anger can protect you from getting hurt or exploited by other people. This healthy anger comes from a part in you that cares for you and wants to watch out for you. It motivates you to step out of excessive and unhelpful passivity. What all this means for anger management is to take on a general stance of awareness, mindfulness, and acceptance towards the first soft signs of anger in your body, mind, and emotions. When you notice anger, don't allow your mind to get sucked into a tunnel of thoughts like, why can't I get a hold on myself? Why am I getting angry again? What's wrong with me? Rather, turn towards it with kindness and curiosity. I notice sensations of anger. I wonder why. What's going on that's making my emotions and body respond like this? You can imagine anger is like a helpful code from your body that needs to be decoded. So the question is, what's preoccupying me right now? And what is it about the situation that's making me angry? Look for the unmet need. Typical situations in which we feel anger are when others cross our boundaries, when they do things that aren't okay with us or good for us, when we're not able to do something that's important to us, when we don't get something we want, when we get disappointed, when our expectations aren't fulfilled, when we lose something that's important to us or it gets taken away. This could also be respect or appreciation. When we're attacked, insulted, threatened, when we're blamed for something we're not responsible for, when we're interrupted in an enjoyable activity, when we're overlooked, when someone asks too much of us, when someone doesn't listen and make an effort to understand what we're saying. You can see some of the core emotional needs we all have that could be signaling that they're not being met through anger. This could be an unmet need for autonomy, which includes experiences like authenticity, independence, self-expression. It could be an unmet need for connection, which also includes belonging, love, affection, emotional intimacy. It could be a need for safety, influence, agency, security, a need for self-esteem, value, enoughness, preciousness, and a need for rest, sleep, play, relaxation, creativity. Once you've gained some clarity about the unmet need behind your anger, the next step is to do something to get that need fulfilled more often than not. That could be expressing yourself to someone else. It could be scheduling quiet or free time with yourself and blocking that time in your calendar. It could also mean keeping an eye on a particular difficult situation and making a mental note to observe how that situation develops, and if it keeps repeating despite your efforts to get your need met, to take a bigger step towards change. And I want to emphasize, expressing the needs that you've become aware of through anger doesn't mean that now you have to get into more heated fights and debates with others. It doesn't mean that you have to aggressively push your perspective on everyone you meet in every single situation. Opening up, expressing needs, talking through things is best done in a calm and respectful way, and with an orientation towards solutions. It also doesn't mean that your efforts will always work out. Sometimes we don't get what we want. That's part of life, and it helps to build a healthy frustration tolerance. When I talk about unmet needs, what I'm addressing are situations in which needs aren't met repeatedly, chronically, because that's when it starts becoming unhealthy long-term. So this is the one side of the coin of anger. To listen to helpful, healthy anger, that's a signal that's telling you something's up here, something needs to change. It can't go on like this. Do something, say something. The other side of the coin is to recognize unhelpful anger. Unhelpful anger is anger that comes from unhelpful beliefs and defense mechanisms. If, for example, someone is trying to compensate low self-esteem by trying to seem perfect, their body, mind, and emotions will also respond with anger whenever they fail at coming across as perfect. The attempt at perfection, though, is not a core need. It's an unhelpful defense mechanism against fear and unprocessed inner problems. The big question is, am I angry because something I honestly need to be healthy and happy is missing? Or am I angry because walls that I've put up for protection around an unprocessed inner wound are crumbling? Maybe it's good those walls are being shaken. Maybe this will help you see how beautiful life is without them. Maybe this will help you find yourself on a deeper level and find more emotional intimacy in relationships and a deeper level of contentment. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. If you'd like to learn more about anger, you can check out my anger playlist. I'll add the link in the description box. Remember to subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos. You can also consider subscribing to my email newsletter. The link is also in the description box, and you can do it directly on my webpage. Till next time, take care. And remember to notice soft signals of anger and then do a deep dive and ask yourself, where is this coming from? Which unmet need are these signals alerting me to?